8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome into this WVLT Facebook Live update. Ben, we're starting to see some of those storms move out of our area right now, leaving behind some damage. What are we starting to see?
Well, we're getting numerous reports of damage, mostly tree power line stuff. Locally, thousands of power outages across East Tennessee, a lot of power outages up towards Whitley County, Kentucky, seeing a couple of trees down, power lines down. I talked to the McMinn Sheriff's Dispatch in the city of Etowah. They told me that there was a power line that had come down on a house, but that has since been cleaned up. So a lot of tree damage, roads blocked, things like that. Thankfully, not to the same degree of what we're having out in West Tennessee, Northwest Tennessee, West, Southwest Kentucky, where there's so many feared dead. We didn't expect the severity that they had. Still a pretty bumpy ride, and those storms are gradually coming to a close. So we are in Max, right? So let me show you what we've got downtown. You want to touch on the news end first, Abby?
No. Well, I feel like now we should let people know kind of the latest updates. So what are we seeing here? And then we'll get to some of the damage that we've seen throughout Tennessee and especially in Kentucky.
Okay, so we're seeing our East Tennessee Children's Hospital camera right now, and you see on the right side of the screen that there is rainfall still coming down, not to the degree of that, but we are still under that WVLT First Alert weather day Saturday until about 2 o'clock. Just letting you know, though, that the worst of the storms have passed. I'm a little concerned, here at the bottom of the hill, we're off Paper Mill, tends to flood quite a bit, and when you see this much rain this fast, that's a concern. Here's the latest on live Doppler, and we're still getting some persistent showers. Many of us will end up with probably close to 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. This is our strongest shower right now, and we don't have any active severe thunderstorm warnings, but Mount LeConte into Mount Sterling, Hot Springs, Marshall, the Walnut community, that's all within the next 50 minutes. Here's the overall timeline. This, what you really kind of want to see, is more rainfall in the next hour or so. Gatlinburg, Newport, Morristown, Maryville, Alcoa, Wallace, Townsend, the Gibbs community, continued heavy showers. More out towards Carnes, a different story. And by the way, we did get a couple of damage reports from the Carnes community in Northwest Knox. All right, this is 1:30, and you see that little belt of rain going northeast to southwest across Knox County. That is the front. That is when you'll start to feel that cold air. So after 2, 3, 4 o'clock, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, it was in the 70s earlier in December. Something's not right, and yeah, that's why we got those storms. It was ultra humid. Rainfall leaves the area by about 5:30. Let's show you what we've had so far. I'm going to show this. Now, these numbers still catching up, but Knoxville, 1/2 inch, downtown, 7/10. Obviously, something's not right exactly with some of these, because I know we had way more than 2 100s Clinton, so some of these may have gotten clogged up. Hard to say. Crossville, 1.25 inches, and still a little bit more to come. To the north, this is showing downtown and then up towards Norris Lake, Middlesboro, the Cumberland Gap, 1.5 inches. So it all depends where you were. Let's talk about the winds as well, Abby, because we had quite a bit of damaging wind. Even at the Knoxville airport, McGee-Tyson, we had a gust of 60 miles an hour. Here's your wide view. Numerous reports, especially up along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, of 1 inch plus. So 73 mile an hour gust, Cove Mountain. You say, what is Cove Mountain? That's above Ober-Gatlinburg. Camp Creek, which is Greene County by the word Nolichucky, had some strong gusts. This is your current gust, but Knoxville, as I said, did have a severe gust of 62. All right, rest of the day, winds really start to taper off after 2, but the cold air just getting started. So look at that. By 4, 55 in Knoxville, 42 Monticello, and then we're dropping steadily. So here's the first piece of the 8-day planner. I'm going to be in live this evening with the 11 o'clock news. We have the Army-Navy game, but here's the first little piece. It's all smooth sailing after the rainfall today.
Yeah, well, Ben, one of the things we're starting to hear, like Laura just said, that she has her power out. We're starting to get some of those power outage alerts. I mean, we can even look right here, take you guys to the KUB power outage map. We're starting to see areas kind of all over Knox County with some of those outages. Our Jared Austin, one of our reporters, he said some of those places have been told they're not going to have power until about 11 o'clock tonight. So now that those temperatures are dropping, certainly a concern for people there as well.
So in Knox County, it looks like almost 11,000 customers without power. That's just KUB. That's just one of the providers. I was looking at this other power outage. In fact, can I pull this up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll let you drive today.
Okay. Well, I've seen you drive, Abby. All right, across the state, about 147,000 customers without power. Monroe County, more than 1,100 without power. Customers, that is, this more than people. That's like households. 864 customers in McMinn. Roane County, nearly 1,500. Knox County, quite a few out. And that may be on a slight delay, KUB right now. It's just going down, actually. We just checked it. Now it's gone down another 2,000. So
Yeah.
in
Well,
that span of time,
Yeah.
the numbers have gone down considerably in KUB as the Lions crews continue to work.
Well, and we did reach out to KUB, and they responded saying that they are sending their crews out trying to restore power in those places for people who might be without, especially with those dropping temperatures. It is really important. Now that the storm has moved out of most of East Tennessee, we're starting to see some of those damage reports, Ben. I know we've seen some down power lines and trees, some tree damage as well, right? Some of those winds knocking some of those trees.
I think we're going to see some, we have a side to say some video, but so you got that. But yeah, we're seeing tree damage in the Powell area, or a little bit of flooding in the Powell area that wouldn't be expected. And we've got tree damage all across East Tennessee, Blount County. We had reports there, McMinn County, a couple of power outages. One came in during the Inglewood area. And we also had power outages, Whitley County, Kentucky. So lots of tree damage, mostly straight line wind. Hey, earlier Kyle was tracking a tornado warning for you before dawn, and we haven't had any reports of damage out of Fentress County, but we're still seeing the home page here. Let me go to our...
I just switched it back because I know that fortunately here in East Tennessee we've been pretty lucky when it comes to damage, but Mayfield area in Kentucky has been really hit hard, and we do have some video for you of some of the damage kind of as the sun has come up. You can see just how devastated some of these homes are. Look at that school bus there, Ben. It's just the power of the wind and seeing some of the damage. That was the hardest hit area over in western Kentucky. Right now, we've been following reports. An estimated 70 to 100 people could have been killed there because of tornadoes. Now looking at a candle factory that was there, I'll show you some drone video that was taken last night. There were estimated to be a lot of people inside, crews trying to perform that rescue, still trying to rescue people. We've seen reports of people being stuck in there for hours. I'm going to have you listen to a man. His wife was inside. He's still looking for her. It's just heartbreaking. Take a listen.
I want to find my wife. I want to find her. I hope she's still somewhere safe. I hope she's somewhere safe. And baby, please call me soon we get connected. Please call me. I'm looking for you, baby. We've been looking for you. Me, Tamara, the kid, we all looking for you right now.
Really hoping there that they do find that man's wife. Those crews still responding and searching. A lot of you all offering your prayers, especially waking up this morning, seeing everyone who has been affected by these storms. I'm going to take us now to an Amazon facility. This one was in Illinois. You can see the damage there. As there have been people who have been confirmed dead, they're still looking to see if anybody else is inside. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more there. I'll show you this storm damage video from Sandburg, Tennessee. You can see that vehicle overturned there. Some of the downed power lines. Of course, as we start to get into some of these day hours, we're starting to get some more video too as well of just the extent of that damage. Ben, I know you're kind of looking at some of the storm reports as well. Do you want to kind of tune in and we can show people those?
Yeah, so what we're looking at is the reports. Now, this is yesterday. I know we got reports today. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Well, can you make it bigger there?
No.
Okay. In the middle, I know it's kind of small on your screen. Well, I'm using oh,
There you go. Oh, zoom it out a little bit. There
Yeah,
you go.
Abby directing it, and for good reason, because it's hard to zoom in. But that red color near Jonesboro and Northwest Tennessee, that is where these tornadoes were forecast days and days and days out. It looked like a system from 2014. It looked like cold season systems from past decades. So we knew that there was a high risk of tornadoes, and it really kind of was that in that red bullseye. We did have these additional tornadoes in central Illinois, so like in that area Abby was talking about, but you see that there were 33 tornado reports. What's really interesting, and if you can see my cursor, the tornado that kind of started this all out near Monette in Jonesboro, that's right here, like Arkansas State, that was the one that killed at least one person in a nursing home type building. But the thing is, that went up to Northwest Tennessee. We had confirmed deaths in Northwest Tennessee. Then it went towards Mayfield, and then Kentucky Lake, and then kept going. So that was potentially one tornado. People are already saying this is like one of the longest supercell tornado tracks in American history. We'll have to see when they go on to survey this. But one tornado lifting up and going down, lifting up and going down, could be responsible for a lot of these deaths, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, Ben, something that we had shared on WVLT News at 10 o'clock was that it could have potentially been 200 miles long, the one that hit in Kentucky, which was not only almost record-breaking there, but then you see the amount of devastation from a tornado, or from those storms that.
And that's why we're still like, Abby says, you know, we think 70 to 100 people could be dead in Kentucky. I mean, if you had a damage path a couple hundred miles long, I mean, think the kind of the length of our area that we travel west to east. They're still cleaning up. They still have that mass casualty event, as they were calling it last night, to the east of Paducah. So still a fluid situation. Cleanup going on from northeastern Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, parts of far southeastern Missouri, into western Kentucky.
Yeah, Ben, can you send us back to the WVLT homepage? I do want to show people something. I know we did just get a message from Shannon saying prayers for her home state of Kentucky. Thank God her family in Bowling Green, Kentucky is okay. Can you click on that story for us just for a second?
Yeah, and one of our producers, Paige, I think said that the damage has actually been upgraded kind of on the fly to at least an EF3.
Yeah.
So this is in the Bowling Green, Kentucky area.
Yeah, well, it's just heartbreaking news. The Western Kentucky University School did confirm that that a student who was in Bowling Green at the time was one of those 70 to 100 people that they estimate could be dead, in Kentucky, and it's just heartbreaking news. Of course, that school hoping to come together during this time. As this storm damage is now, taking lives and families are now, left without their loved ones. It is just heartbreaking news. Like Jenny said, thank God my sister is okay in Western Kentucky. Jenny, we are certainly thankful for that they were protected, during this time.
And yesterday as well, we have a internal chat with the Weather Service and emergency managers that meteorologists can use, and one of the emergency managers out in Northwest Tennessee was preparing for the outdoor graduation for UT Martin, one of the UT schools, and they had an outdoor ceremony planned. Hopefully everybody was okay there. The storm was a little bit away from Martin, but another kind of scary thing is you got the end of finals, you got graduations happening, and we see over at Western Kentucky, very near campus.
Yeah, well, you can see some of the damage that we're seeing out of Kentucky. I'll play just a little bit more over in Mayfield. We're continuing to get updates from them and a live look on the ground. We'll make sure to keep you guys updated both online and through our show tonight at 11 o'clock as well, on air and online here on WVLT, just at the extent of some of this damage. But really, Ben, it's really heartbreaking to see and to watch all of this morning as we wake up.
We may not know for a while just how many injuries, how many people fear dead or confirmed dead. I mean, the numbers will continue to go up. It's really a historic tornado outbreak for the month of December. And in many ways, we knew this was coming, or at least the very strong potential, but still, some of this, you see the extent of this damage, it would have been tough to survive if you weren't underground, basically. Like the trees completely stripped of a lot of the branches, structural damage. That's how they actually calculate the Fujita value, the EF value, because a lot of times there's not much left, so they have to kind of look at those little tidbits, and that's going to take some time.
Yeah. Well, certainly, going back to, some of the comments we've been getting, a lot of people offering prayers. Looks like Kristen said Martin's graduation was inside, thank goodness. So definitely, some good news there, kind of an update to what you were sharing, Ben. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this Facebook Live. Like I said, we'll continue to keep you updated both on air and online as we learn more. Waking up this morning at some of the devastation that we're seeing from these storms that have ripped through a lot of our southeastern areas.
Lights down, end on the back page.